Holy... Welcome. Yes, sir, the news has finally come out. I must confess that while I didn't have advance information, a little bird told me that the John Bonham Thermogloss article was going to be in the January issue. But I had to place, I told they were a Modern Drummer person. I promised them I wouldn't rat it out precisely when it would come out, which I did not, for I am not a rodent. Well, I suppose. So, here we are. So 15 inches it is. Who can't get excited about 15 inches? 15 inches? So, and here's the thing. All I'm saying is, and a lot of us astute Led Zeppelin Bonhamites, is that, like I said, from the beginning, I've said it in videos probably since I started making them, but the drum just looked a little deeper. And I just always assumed it was 16, as did many of us. Peisty Bob, George Flutus, various others. Because, especially in those days, now you have, Yamaha has the 17-inch bass drums and Sonar with the 17.5. They all started this years ago. But in 1969, it was a little unusual to get a 15-inch deep drum. And again, I didn't know till 8 months ago or whatever, somebody pointed out that Carmine Appice was selling, I think it was a 1970 or 71 kit. He had a few different Thermogloss kits. Well, I think at least two, because some had the Keystone badge, and some had the Blue and Olive badge, and then he had some more later that were 6-ply. But anyway, it would have been a whole lot easier on my obsessive-compulsive crazy town if I would have been aware in the last 20 years that Carmine Appice, in fact, was a 15-inch deep sort of custom ordering bass drum guy. That would have come in handy, that info. Anyway, the article came out. I have yet to get my hands on the actual physical copy, which I will. I love Modern Drummer, great magazine. But yeah, 15 inches. I'm just glad it didn't turn out to be 14. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, I'm truly ADD and OC as you get. I'm like Bob Letter. You know what I mean? And just in those pictures, it couldn't have been in the majority of photographs I ever saw. There are probably 4 pictures I ever saw where you could say, well, I guess it looks 14 from the side, because there's a pretty good amount of pictures from the side of Bonham's Thermos. But the rest of them look deeper than 14. And then on the other end of the bell curve, some did look 16. But then you get your hands on pictures of like 26 by 16-inch deep bass drums, like Wally Dellenbach and some of the guys sent me some. And while in the pictures it didn't look that deep, you see, therein lies the mind screw. It would never occur to you that it'd be 15. Again, nowadays, in the past 20 years, you could have anything. You have like 3-inch hi-hats, you know what I mean? But in those days, I never would have. Anyway, so here it is. It turned out to be deeper than 14, not 16, not 14, but 15. I should have been wise to that, maybe, because I know for the past few years I used to see D-Drum. It was a D-Drum or Crush. Some of these drum companies would sell 15-inch deep 26-inch bass drums. I think it was just D-Drum. That must have just come from, because Carmine was an endorser, still is. So in any case, there we have it. That mystery is solved thanks to, is it Billy Hollingsworth? Billy Amendola? Who's the fella that did the article for Modern Drummer? God love you for doing that. You saved me the trip of going to England at some point if I ever went and would have chloroformed or clubbed Paul Thompson and just gone in and grabbed the drums and taken them back to Chicago. What happened? No, I wouldn't have gone. I wouldn't have gone to England and done that. Are the gods talking? Wow. Is the camera even on? Huh? What the hell happened? This has never, in the annals of all things Bodzolium channel, this has never happened. Anyway, so here we are. So isn't that neat? 15-inch deep bass drum. Maybe Ludwig now will be like, here we are, offering the 15-inch deep Thermogloss bass drum tribute kit. You know what I mean? And again, you know what's always so neat about the thing? Well, apart from the bass drum being deeper, at least looking deeper over the years, which it did turn out to be deeper, but another mystery, another really neat thing about the Thermogloss kit for me, and I know a few other folks too, was the fact that the rack tom was 12 by 14, okay? And you could always see that in the pictures, because remember, Bonham, he had a swivel-matic mount for the rack tom. But, I mean, even when he would put it on the swivel, he'd still shore it up with the Ludwig snare stand. And you could always see, when you see the basket looking like this, that's 14 and that's 15. It's just, you'd see Carmine hit 12 by 15s. But, 12 by 14, once the late 70s, early mid-80s rolled around, 12 by 14 as a tom-tom got popular again because you got, like, the heavy metal power sizes and stuff. And all those would have, like, 8 or 10 or 12 lugs. But it was unusual for 1969 to have a 12 by 14-inch rack tom. That's very, like, 1930s-ish. Way back, like, Radio King-y. You used to see, like, kits with Radio Kings, Sterling Radio Kings, where they'd have, like, a small, like, a 7 by 10-inch tom, like a 9 by 13. They have, like, a 12 by 14 that would be, like, hoop-mounted. It was pretty cool. It was very Chick Webbian. I still want to get to the bottom of what the hell just happened. But, so, isn't that neat? Oh, but so the mystery of, again, even as people might say, and even I used to say this, well, back it was just a marching tenor drum. Well, Ludwig didn't make 12 by 14 marching tenor drums. They did in, like, I think up through maybe the 50s. But in 1969, if you look in a catalog, you won't find a 12 by 14-inch drum. So it's just really interesting that Bonham got a 12 by 14-inch rack tom. You know what I do wish in the Modern Drummer article, though? That they did take a couple pictures of the 9 by 13 that came with the kit. Remember, Bill Townsend told me that years ago, 20 years ago. Whether or not Bill Townsend really had the actual amber kit, but he did have a lot of information on it. And he, told me that there was a 9 by 13 to 12 by 14. Of course, he thought that he didn't say that the bass drums were deeper than 14 of the thermos. But otherwise, everything is good. I did a live chat on Saturday. And I accidentally deleted it, though, because I was on my phone because I was out of town. And I went to my YouTube, my control panel thingy. And I realized that the live chat was posted as a video, but there was another one, like, processing. And I didn't want there to be two of them. So the one that was processing, I deleted, but then the one that was posted, deleted. So I don't know what the hell happened. So anyway, so here we are. We are in Bonzolium Alley. I did the gig a week ago yesterday with Kashmir during the blizzard. And I'll tell you, man, I almost didn't come home. I was making my way home. I was going down Route 59 out west, and I couldn't get home. There were semis jackknifed all over the place, and cars spun around. I was getting on I-88, which I don't know now is Illinois 110. I don't know what the hell that means. And as I'm going down the entrance ramp, I got all my shite in the car. I'm like, I can barely see. I'm trying to wipe the windows off. I'm trying to get the heat on, everything. And the car goes by me doing a jillion miles an hour. And I'm like, that guy's just about to spin out. And before I got out, he was like, he spun out all these times. But then he ended up pointing the direction he was going and kept going. That was kind of bizarro. So anyway, so here we are. I picked my drums up too, though, because, we're not far from the van down by the river. We had some tornadoes whip through Illinois, I think yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? So there was some water. But anyway, we were good here, nice and dry. So I'm going to set everything back up. So more videos on the way. I wish I had more news. Oh, congratulations to my friend Wally Dellenbach. Remember, on Facebook, Wally Dellenbach has a page, Drummers Who Love John Bonham. He played his first gig this weekend with Kashmir. Wally, congratulations on busting that cherry. And he had a birthday, too. I think he's 45. So but God love him. He did a great job. I'm telling you, he's a machine. So he's out there killing with Kashmir. And maybe I'll do some more Kashmir gigs. But I will definitely be making more videos here. And what else was I going to say, though? There was something else. I don't know what's going on with the power, though. That was a little bizarro. But there was really, truly something else I was going to say. What the hell was it? Really, I'm not kidding. What was I going to talk about? Well, anyway, I'll try to remember. Listen, thanks for putting up with me. More videos on the way. I'm very grateful that bass drum did turn out to be, well, deeper than 14 because it was really driving me crazy. It really was. I mean, those pictures really, it was something that was always on my mind. And Bonhamburg, I can scratch that one off the list. Okay? But what's another mystery we need to... Well, there's a lot. We'll get to those. And again, thanks to... God, who did the article? A Modern Drummer. Thank you so much for taking care of that, Paul Thompson, for doing that. God, there was another... What was the other Zeppelin-y thing I wanted to say? For the love of God, it was important. But I will say this. Remember, Virtual Zeppelin, that track I put up, Sick Again, where I said it was from Headley Grange. I'm sorry I lied. It's not. That is George and Ivan and the guys. Killing it, man. I mean, that sounds to me, I mean, like somebody did point out, it sounds like a live Zeppelin rendition recorded at Headley Grange. So they're still looking for a Robert Plant. Remember, anybody who can sing very, very well, contact gtbonzology@gmail.com or virtualzeppelin@gmail.com. Okay, it's very important. George and I will do a live chat very soon. And that's it. So, thanks for watching. More videos on the way. Thank you.